Hey everyone, welcome to my bridal class. So straight up, so we are working on a dark skin. So yeah, I'm using LVH Cosmetics to put the lens. The lens is from LVH Cosmetic. You can check them on Instagram. Okay, so my model, when it comes to her eyes, I really don't know what it takes. So why it looks as if I don't want to cut the whole stuff is that I really want you to know the struggle behind putting the lens and all of that. So yeah, so after putting the lens, we'll go in with the skin prep. I literally do these shoots at night. The hairstylist wasted my whole time, so I had to do this shoot at night. Here's my micellar cleansing water. I cleanse the face. After cleansing, I set this face with the setting spray. I had to brush the brows. I wouldn't be touching the brows again much because she already did a shoot and they removed excess of her brows. So I just decided to brush it. Yeah, just decided to brush it. And then even if I'm touching a little, but I doubt I will touch. Now next up, I went in with applying a little bit of sweat block. Remember, this is a model and this was a night shoot, so I just wanted to create a dewy look. I'm a fan of dewy look. When I mean a dewy look, like look that will look like skin. Now next up, I went in with my moisturizer. I was trying as much I can to be very fast on this. After my moisturizer, I I had to tell my mother let's did a transition because we almost forgot. After that, we had to just continue. I applied vitamin C. The vitamin C I'm using is from Hyper Beauty Cosmetics. Write them down. If you write them down, you'll see them online on Instagram. So I tried this foundation. I noticed it was a little bit light on her and dark on her, like it wasn't actually her shade, but I was like, since a model, let me just try it on like that. So I noticed that the shade was actually darker than her shade, but I didn't really panic because I know that I would blend it. So yeah, I had to go in with blending it. I blended and blended. So this shade is a little bit darker than her. She has a yellow undertone, like she's of this shade but in a yellowish form, or can I say in a brownish form. So what I did was that, okay, since I have this shade of dark foundation, I would go in with a concealer that has yellow undertone so it will rhyme. I also rhymed her neck too. One thing is that if you're applying foundation, also apply on the neck. This will help you to get a flawless result. After that, I went in with blush. What I'm using as my blush is my lipstick. I have a lip palette from Davilas. So I take the red shade for dark skin, the orange shade for light skin, and I mix orange, red, and a little of pink for someone that is chocolate. So that is what I do most times. I always tell my students, see, it's not by buying different brands. Can you manipulate it? Can you use it? How well can you use it? That is what matters. So I'm actually blending the blush in, my lipstick as my blush. Now see the shade of concealer I'm going in with. Remember that the shade, her real shade, has a yellow or a brownish undertone. So because I wasn't getting that shade of foundation, I had to use the shade available, but I'll be using the concealer to balance it up. So that is something you should know. Okay, know how to balance. It will help you a lot. Now my concealer is a mattifying concealer. When I mean mattifying is that it dries up easily. So I tend to apply and then blend. After that, I'll be going in with Davila's powder. This is the powder I'm talking about. I'm going in with Davila's powder to apply on the face. I'm using the powder first of all to set the part of the face I want. You understand? Those places I applied concealer, I'll be applying it there, and other parts of the face too. But then, even as her she has a yellow undertone, I still don't want it to be too yellow. You get? This makeup of a thing is more like you're cooking a dish. Yes, you have to add maggi, you have to add salt, you have to add pepper, but then you don't want one to be more than one. So I went in with powder to balance the face. Reasons why I use powder to balance the face, first of all, is because it's better for you that way when you balance the face with powder before going in with your setting powder, so you can easily blend, so there will be no harsh line. So now I went in with the blush again because I noticed that it went off, so I went in with the blush again to apply, like to reapply, so that it will make the face pop. You get? Just a little. All those places are the blush areas, the contour areas. Please, I don't do cream contour if I'm using a Nigerian brand. I don't do it because it makes the face heavy. So after that, I went in with lip balm to apply on the lips, so the lips will be properly moisturized. Now, just like I say, I don't do cream contour, I do powder contour. So I'll be going in with a dark shade from the powder palette, not too dark, but like darker than her normal skin shade from the powder palette to do her contour. Now for setting, I went in with a whitish powder, not because I'm supposed to use a whitish setting powder, because I don't have her skin tone and I was not ready to restock. So what I do is that I use it lightly, I don't pack too much. As you can see, when I apply, I blend it into the skin. Okay, so what I'm doing actually is called setting. The one I will apply and it would be showing more on the skin is called baking. So take note. So remember, the places that I applied this concealer, the places I'm applying this setting powder. One trick I should let you know when it comes to Bridal Glam is that, see, minimal, lesser is better than more, because before you finish it will be plenty. And the aim of doing Bridal Glam is to make sure that it's flawless. You get? It turns out to be flawless. So lesser is better than more. So if I were you, I will start with the lesser aspects than doing it too much and then I cannot blend. So the whole scenario is that you should know how to apply what you can blend. So now what I'm also using as my second baking powder is a powder from my powder palette that is lighter than her but the same shade with her. After that, I went off with a lighter powder again to give her that lifted cheek. You see this lifted cheek, very important. I like using a shade that even if I forgot to clean it, it will not really matter. You get? Here now you can go in with your powder blush. I also use my eyeshadow palette as my powder blush, so I do so many improvisation. Now as you can see, her face and neck has blended properly. Why? Because I blended it properly. I understand the mathematics and metrics behind it. Remember, go back to the video and watch the way I balance the yellow undertone and that foundation. Now, why am I powdering her brows? I'm powdering her brows because I want to draw brows and I don't want it to be too much. I just want something to look light and simple. I don't want to make too much errors. So I actually saw something that a client, a model, they used a black pencil on a model on Instagram. So I decided to try it, outlining with a black pencil, then brushing the brows. But see, if you're outlining with a dark pencil, you don't make it too deep or too thick, you just make it lightly. Okay, so even if I'm filling the brows, I'll be going in with color 18. What I'm holding on my hand is color 18. Sorry, my pencil broke. And one thing again that I will tell you, when you're working on a bride, make sure your pencils are always sharp. If your pencils are not properly sharp, your brows will look too thick, way too thick, and you will not like the outcome. See, there is a whole lot different, when you use a pencil that is properly sharp and a pencil that is blunt. Now I filled her brows using color 18. Reasons: because I used color 1, which is black, to draw her brows. Now you see that feel it gave, it's giving a highlighted but nice subtle look. You see the way I did that. Now I'm brushing it upwards and in a manner at which it would align with her skin. Already we all know that brows are not equal, but then we should try and make it look equal by concealing them. So now I would be concealing the skin with that same concealer I used. See, remember I told you that this my concealer is a mattifying primer, and a mattifying primer is mostly used on brows, not on the skin. Okay, primers that they use, sorry, concealer that they use on skin, they call it in my skin. Like this one, you know that you have to blend it with the skin and all of that. So this one is a mattifying concealer. I'm not supposed to use it on the skin. That's why whenever I apply, I blend so it doesn't dry up. So now this is the main purpose of using my concealer on the brows. Now when you conceal the top of the lower part of the brows, you can now conceal the top part of the brows if there is error. But most times, once I get the lower part of the brows appropriately, I don't bother concealing the upper part of the brows. So what I will advise you to do is that make sure your lower part of the brows are looking nice, like looking nice and cool. Make sure you conceal it properly. Now that place I'm applying, what I'm doing is that I'm bringing out my nose contour back properly, and then I'll be blending the powder that I'm using for my nose contour down to my eyeshadow part. Now you can see her face has already changed. There is no harsh line. I did not conceal the top of the brows. Don't forget, I didn't conceal that. You can conceal if what you did was not actually looking nice in the eyes. You can conceal, but if it's looking nice, then you can ride on, because most time there is no much time. So now for my base, my eyeshadow base, I love going in with my powder. I don't know why. Powder is the OG. Most of my eyeshadow you see online are powders I used in doing them. Now after that, I went in with Davila's concealer. This concealer is from Davila's. I really love this brand. I love the owner of the brand. It's giving what it should give. This is one brand I can vouch for. Like, apart from them giving me PRO, I've bought their products. You guess, I have bought their product and I really love it. I This is a brand that, okay, I love expensive things, so but then I really don't have money. Oh. I need something I can use for my bride, but then I really don't have money. See, just buy their brand. Their brand will not embarrass you, trust me. So I went in with a shade of orange because I really don't know what to do. I was just trying to make sure I do something nice, that's all. But when I applied this orange, I noticed that it was too much for a bridal look compared to the red hair at the back. So after applying the orange, I had to apply pigment glue a pigment glue that looks golden. So I just chill, apply the pigment glue. After applying, then I went in with gold from the eyeshadow that is dark to apply on it. I still went in with gold again to apply on it. So this is how it looks, because I went in with gold again from the eyeshadow to apply on it. Then I went in with my powder. I took the darkest shade there to create a very dark effect at the ending part of the eye, so it will look like a smoked eyeshadow or something. I don't know if you get the aspect I'm coming from. After that, I had to lift the face using my powder, still my powder. I just folded my foam. Then this, see, most times you don't need, how do I put it, you don't need heaven and earth to get where you want to be. Like, just learn how to use what you have and get a good result. That's one thing about makeup people don't know. Use what you have to get what you want, because if you don't know how to use what you have to get what you want, trust me, you will end up losing up. So any opportunity I get, I try to dust that excess eyeshadow fallout, because I really don't want my work to look so rough. So I try my best to dust that excess eyeshadow fallout. So I will be applying the eyeliner. After the liner, I want to sweep off excess eyeshadow fallout from the lashes, so I will just apply mascara. To sweep off excess eyeshadow fallout from the lashes, you are advised to apply mascara. After that, I'll be placing my lashes directly on top of the lashes. I repeat, place your lashes directly on top of the lashes. If your bride has a very small eyes, please and please use a small lashes. Don't go and use big lashes for someone that have a small eyes. It will be too dramatic. Okay, now after that, I had to fix up the spray, the face, with this my spray. Okay, there's one secret about this my spray. This my spray is not just the first spray I use. This spray is mixed with a sweat block and the normal spray I use, and another spray itself that grips the skin. But I apply a lot of the hydrating spray to this my spray. Yeah, so it gives it another effect. When it dries, it makes the skin pops, and it makes the makeup to look more realistic. So yeah, you can do the mixture yourself, or you buy Meron. It should be like 20,000 now or thereabouts. But since I don't waste money much, not really waste, I also use it on bride. But then if I want to get that effect without spending too much, that is what I do. Now I'm going in with brown. You all know how to line the lips, so I will just keep mute, so you observe the way I line the lips. I would just be following her lip color, because she already have a very nice lip combo. So I will just follow her normal lip color. So let me be mute so you see what I'm doing. So after that, I just applied the gloss. Cause why not? See, there's something I observed about gloss. If you apply too much, you will not like it. So I advise you don't apply too much gloss. So this is the hairstylist trying to fix up the hair. The hairstyle actually took a lot of time, and I did not enjoy this shoot. I would not lie, like I did not. So at some point, I couldn't wait for her again. I had to start applying my cream highlight. There is what is called cream highlight. When you check on Instagram, type Miss Metics on Instagram. They have cream highlight. This is where I get my cream highlight from. Tell them to give you cream highlight in gloss. Okay, yeah, they have different shades better than the one I'm using. So I use my cream highlights to apply, then before I apply my powdered bronzer. This cream highlight is just like bronzer. It's what gives it its shiny effect. So yeah, you need it. And as a bridal makeup artist, you need a reflector, please. See, and then one thing you should know is that if your light setup is not nice, you have issues, you have problem. Your makeup might be fine real life, but there's nothing you can do. So here I was applying the powder bronzer here, because why not? Remember, after applying the cream bronzer or the cream highlight, I applied the powder bronzer here. This makeup is without filter, and I did this makeup within 45 minutes because I was already pissed off. So imagine you're in a wedding and you're being pressured, you can deliver. See, the hairstylist kept on contemplating. I was tired, my brothers and sisters. After that, I had to tell my girl to rub the model oil on her body so she shines. Okay, let me make her shine like a barbecue. So yeah, I had to apply oil on the body so she glows. So yeah, this is the end product. I didn't really bother adding setting spray because she's a model and it's late night, she'll be cleaning it off. So yeah, I don't want to waste my product. So yeah, this is how it looks like. This is beautiful for a beautiful bride, for a dark skinned girl. You can see it still give a nice effect, face and body match together. Thanks for joining the class. For more mentorship, like, just let me know. You can pay monthly for that. I will always guide you and all of that. Bye.